And away we go. Here we go. We're going live. Live.
We are live.
We are live.
Hello, world,
Hello,
galaxy,
world.
universe. Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Sorry. We actually were ready to go a few minutes ago. Had serious technical difficulty. Nothing was syncing up for me over here.
It was like the Titanic around here with all this sinking.
Yeah, spelled differently, but I don't know how to spell. So what do I know? It's still syncing now, but yeah. So no John today. He's got some family business going on. He actually said he may pop in, may not. So, we always hope he could show up, but but if he doesn't, Steve, I think I told you as I was trying to get these things to sync, I got a lot this week.
Good man.
I actually do have a lot. I'm like, for me, it's been a while since I've had a lot. I'm like, I have so much, I'm losing track. I was like, oh my God, I got that one. Did I get a picture of it? I don't know, because it's not syncing up. I can't tell.
So is it the weather that has led to this sudden industrious movie watching?
Yes and no. Not really. It's like, yeah, it's been extremely hot here, but it's, I don't know. I just, every opportunity I get, I don't know, maybe it's the content. Every opportunity. And I said I failed last week by not pushing play. So I'm trying not to fail. I failed at so many other things.
In fairness, I don't know what it is at the moment. There is so much coming out. I'm struggling to keep up with it to a certain extent. I mean, there is just
when you're struggling, that's a lot of stuff coming out.
Well, and again, I pale into insignificance compared to our Jordan, who is I do believe, and I don't think Jordan will mind me saying, his discs coming out on Monday here are about £350 worth, just on Monday.
Wow.
So yeah, I mean I bought 4 discs yesterday, 3 discs the week before that, 3 discs the week before that. There's a 6 film box set coming out on Monday, plus another movie coming out. It is bananas at the moment. I'm running to stand still with all this movie watching. And of course, there's F1 out on Friday as well.
Is that Friday?
Oh, what's Friday?
Friday. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not going to see it in IMAX. I do wish I could, but it's too far for an IMAX one. And I dread to think how I'll be driving on the way back after I've watched.
Oh my God, film. Isn't that brutal? I remember
you said about Gran Turismo, wasn't it, with you and Jen?
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. I just can't. Especially if I take either of my cars now. I didn't have the Audi then, but I had the RX-8, or I have the RX-8, and I'm like, just put it back on the road. I haven't driven that in over a year. It's just sitting there, and I'm actually getting it. I'm putting it on the road to get it all back ship shape so that I can sell it, and it's the money for it. It's going to go into the new theater. But yeah, you take something like that to like F1, 6-speed on the way home, old school. Yep. Oh, look out. It's so much fun.
Exactly. So I'm not going to go and see it in IMAX because I'll have to drive back, and that wouldn't be good. So it'll be a local theater, decent one, the one with the big reclining chairs. But I'm hoping to see that Friday. It's the only time over the weekend I'm not on call, so it's the only time I can see it. So with that plus all the stuff coming out,
what's the time on that one? Is it 2 or over 2? Do you remember?
Let me. I'll tell you now. I can look it up on IMDb. I'm going to cheat.
Yeah.
I'm not.
You're going to cheat.
That I just knew.
Come on, Steve. You don't know that off the top of your head?
Funnily enough.
Yeah. The great part is where our movie theater is. The on ramp to get from the movie theater to the highway is like this nice windy road that you shave corners, you cut here, you got room to accelerate to hit the next corner and drop the nose and get through it. And I'm like. And then by the time you hit the highway, you're doing the speed limit, but the whole way through it was like 25 on the on-ramp, but you're doing 75 through it.
It is 2 hours and 35 minutes.
Oh, God.
It's a long one. God, never mind.
That's all right. Brad Pitt's easy to look at. I could say that.
True. Well, he was in London. He was in London last night.
I'm confident enough in myself.
He was in London for the premiere last night with Tom Cruise.
I saw that. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So,
I looked at those the videos and stuff and the pictures of that, and you know the first thing I thought of, I'm like, everybody says how short Tom Cruise is, but we know how tall Brad Pitt is. Brad Pitt's like 6'something", right? He's like 6'2".
I'm trying to think. When I met
Hugh
him,
Jackman's like 6'4", right? 6'2", 6'4". They're all like in.
Yeah, 6'2", I think. Hugh Jackman, 6'1", 6'2". Okay. Yeah, I think Brad Pitt's. You know what? I'm not sure. Someone in the chat, look it up. Yeah. Tom Cruise may have had high heels on. You know?
No, I looked. I was looking. I zoomed in, and Greg the Awesome Ninja has that in the chat. He's like, that's my boy right there. He's thinking the same thing I was thinking, but I was looking at the pictures, and the pictures, I was like, they're both wearing like the same size heel. Now, does he have lifts inside the heel? Because if you're short and you're a movie star, like you're Tom Cruise, you're like, I'm not dumb. Everybody's gonna be looking at my heels, right? It's like maybe that's why he runs the way he does. He's got lifts inside his sneakers.
Yeah, well, but he only ever runs on his own. He's never got anyone next to him to make him look short. So maybe that's how he doesn't need to do that. But yeah, and I mean, again, like I said, I met Brad Pitt. I don't remember him being short. I remember him being.
No.
I mean, I'm 5'11", and I remember him being. Yeah, I don't remember. I wasn't looking up at him, and I wasn't looking down at him. So I would have thought he's
roughly 6 feet, 6'1",
maybe something like. Yeah. But he certainly is not a giant by any means.
No,
but Cruise is what, 5'7"? I think he is.
When you see the pictures, they don't look that far apart.
No,
right?
They don't. Maybe it's his hair now.
Now I've seen this stuff before. I can't remember where. I don't know if it was behind the scenes or things like that. But there's like a respect thing too, and I don't know. Maybe this isn't what would happen or whatever, but maybe Brad Pitt's like, okay, I'll drop my knee. You know what I mean? Like they actually, when they take a picture, it's like you don't do the thing like normal people do where you're like, ha, you're short, and you're just like, you stand up tall and make that person look short, where they're like, everything is like, okay, we know how the pictures are shot. They stand appropriately, but they didn't look like they were that far apart. Like 7 inches, 5 or 6 inches apart.
Yeah, 6 foot according to this. So that would be about right. 5'11", 6. So yeah, that would make sense. Yeah. But Cruise is noticeably shorter. So whether maybe there's a little box. Maybe there's some Photoshop.
No, you could see their feet in the videos I saw. He walked right up to him. You see feet and everything. You see heels. You see everything.
Good old Craig. Well done, Greg. Nice. Yeah. So there. Yeah, he's such a good actor. He was just acting tall. Brilliant. Yeah, that's nice.
Exactly.
I wonder what. I mean, ironically, of course, Cruise is the size of your average Formula One driver. I mean, they're little, thin, wiry blokes. They're not. Right. You don't get hulking, great. Formula One drivers. NASCAR maybe, but not Formula One. You never get in there. Did you see the Top Gear episode where Jeremy Clarkson tried to get into a Formula One car, and they tried to sort of lever him in, and he could barely get out.
It's tiny in there, and that's why we talked about it with Rush, and
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth he had to lose all the Thor muscle so that he could get into a car, because he couldn't get it. You know, there's no way you can get in that side, and he's big too. Is it? He's like
he's 6'2", 6'3". Yeah, he's a big lad. Yeah.
So. Yeah, so he's a great actor. He had to act small. I'm not a good actor. I act tough and get the crap kicked out of me. So not good acting.
But but I am really looking forward to seeing it. The reviews are good.
Are they really? Okay.
Well, they're good enough. You know, they're not Maverick level, but they are, solid sports movie. No, cliche left uncliched. From what I hear, but that works for me. I don't mind that. I'm okay with that. It's kind of what you expect from the trailers.
I don't mind. I know, Steve, I'm setting you up right now. Just, you're sitting there. This one's coming right over the plate for you, but I don't mind a formulaic movie like this. If there's a good formula, you use it to, because so you got Maverick. You could see it. I mean, I saw it after the first time I saw the F1 trailer. I texted John. I'm like, there's Maverick in this. There's Days of Thunder in this. Just in the trailer, I'm seeing the exact same scenes, literally the exact same scenes from these movies. And you're like, I'm not the one to come out. Oh my God, it's exactly the same. Well, how did you like those movies? Oh, I loved them. So how do you like this one? Love it. It's silly to go, oh, I hate it now if you loved it before. It's just a different version of it,
We'll get this, Deej. If this doesn't get you salivating, nothing will. There was an interview I watched earlier with Brad Pitt in one of the Pitt garages with one of the commentators and journalists who spends a lot of time on the Netflix Drive to Survive show. That's how I knew it was him. Yeah. And anyway, Brad Pitt was saying, so Lewis Hamilton executive produced it. Obviously, Lewis, obviously Formula One champion. He was involved before Brad Pitt was brought on board. So he was there right from the conceptual stage. And Brad Pitt says he was there throughout. He was right through, and he said, and get this, he said, Lewis was there to make sure everything is bang on. This is what Brad Pitt said. And he said, and to give you an idea as to how hands-on he was, he said, even during the sound mixing, Lewis would be saying, that doesn't sound right. That engine isn't right. That's not how it sounds. And get this, on a number of occasions, Brad Pitt said he would go, yeah, that's wrong. That's the sound from turn 12. We're on turn 13. So that's not right. You need to change that. And he's saying also there is reverb on your ears as you reach a certain speed. And I can't hear that. So you need to fix that as well. So that's the work they're putting into the sound mix on this, which for home theater fans is just like,
oh my God. Yeah, exactly. And the stuff they're telling you there is just, like you said, it makes us salivate. But not only that, for the movie. Now I can't wait for the extras, the disc, the extras, the whole, and all of those little details you're talking about. You're not getting that even in a Dolby Cinema. You're not. It's just those are little details that are going to get drowned out by the larger room like that. In our rooms, oh my God. And like I was telling you earlier, what we said last week about the haptic feedback, though the vibration that your phone does matched perfectly with what, not perfectly, but, with the engine, that vibration. And I was like, oh my God, this is so good. So, yeah. Oh my God. I can't wait to see it later this week. And now I'm like, when's it coming on disc? I haven't even seen it in the theater yet.
Well, you realize that we may never get it on disc. It's an Apple film.
It's in theaters. I think we will. I think we'll get it on disc.
Apple have released others, and yet we haven't had them on disc. In theaters, they've done it before. I mean, let's hope not. Let's hope not. But it would be a first. I mean, although Killers of the Flower Moon was Apple, wasn't it? And that came out on disc, didn't it? Limited release, I think, in Europe somewhere, but I think it did hit disc. Yeah. So
but didn't. Yeah, but this got a wide release in theaters. Mm-hmm. What have they put out that got a wide release in theaters that didn't get a disc? Yeah, I don't think they have anything in the theater. I mean, Greyhound wasn't even theirs. They bought that because of the
that never hit theaters. Yeah, that never went.
It never hit. They got it. They bought it to have it as content so that it could get out. Because the longer that sat, it wasn't going. You know what I mean? It was worth the money for the studio to sell it.
Yeah, Napoleon never came out. I mean, that was a Ridley Scott movie. That had a theatrical release, and that never hit disc. It is not coming to disc, including the director's cut. Not that I've seen it. No. But that's another one. So we may never get it on physical media, but that's not to say it still won't sound very good. Apple, if anyone was going to do it, if you only had the digital version, then you'd want Apple to, wouldn't you? Notwithstanding the gorge.
How about this? I mean, we got to get to the show proper, but what the hell? What if they use this like Maverick? In a way that, like, Maverick was big for variable aspect ratio, right? I mean, it hit the market, and at the same time, you have Mad VR just goes crazy over it. So it's like the home theater people went nuts, and it actually created a huge buzz, right? What if Apple does the same thing? They've already released the haptic. What if it's going to be on Apple, and there's going to be haptic feedback, and there's going to be this? What if they go that route? And obviously with people talking about the difference between Apple and Kaleidoscape and all of that. What if this is the one where they go, we're going to offer it. Apple's going to drop this with lossless audio. You can download it, whatever they're going to. I mean, that would be the way to go. You hold back, but then this movie here, and we're going to offer it with some goodies that nobody else is offering. But here we go. Thrillcat Cinema Lab said Napoleon didn't hit disc, but it is on Kaleidoscape. So there is a place to have it be sold. And like, that might be like Apple still rent stuff, or you have to buy it, or you know what I mean? So stuff like that, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Apple's they're not bad at making money. Put it that way. They're not.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I've not heard. I haven't. When some of the movies that the pandemic movies, we'll call them those, or the streaming movies, you hear it coming up to the release that there's a clause in the director's contract or in the thing that says it will get a theatrical release and there will be a physical release, whatever. But I've not heard anything like that. It's been radio silence on that completely.
Yeah.
I really am concerned that it will just be streaming only, but at least, like I said, if you had to pick someone to do it, though, Apple would be the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe they'll use this as a tech demo. Maybe this is the launch of something new.
Great.
We just don't know. But look, we're going to see it. At least we will get to see it in theaters as well as at home. So we will get to compare and contrast.
Yep.
But yeah, look, if it comes out on disc and or Kaleidoscape, we'll be snapping it up as soon as possible.
Yeah.
So yeah. Bring it on, says I. Bring it on.
Yeah. And Steve out in the chat saying the same thing. Maybe Apple will release it with real audio pass through. So yeah.
Yeah. And anyone, by the way, that might not have seen, because there are some new people in the chat. So anyone that might not have heard last week's show, do yourselves a favor. If you're an iPhone owner, I think it has to be a phone, doesn't it, Deej? Because it didn't work on the Mac or the iPad.
Yeah.
Go to Apple TV Plus, and you will find there the glory that is the haptic feedback trailer for F1. So, and if you happen to have some AR glasses lying around as well, then plug those in and prepare for awesomeness, because it is all kinds of fun. A trailer with haptic feedback.
Yeah.
Well worth trying.
Yeah. Can't wait for the movie with haptic feedback.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, movies. There we go. All right. We ready to get to it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, on the other side, we'll just pick up this anyways. So,
carry on.
There we go. All right. I was just going to hit end stream again. Can't do that. That would be bad. One of these days, I'm going to get something right.
We are Brightside Theater.
Hey, home theater nerds, welcome to the Brightside Home Theater Podcast. The Home Theater Podcast, it's all about the experiences, the sights,
the sounds,
the scenes.
Just think I'd keep it real and leave the delay in.
I was going to say, even when he's not here, he can't be on time.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could have had him go first, but I figured I'd, make it feel real,
Yeah,
that was great.
Reels with a Z.
Listening back to last week's show, you want me to send you
out on social media?
What's that?
I got called out on social media, Deej, by you.
By me? What did I do now?
At the 135 mark or whatever it was about Terrifier 1, 2, and 3.
Oh my God, that was hysterical. I was dying listening to that. That's part of the fun too for me. It's like I listen back to the show and I hear so much stuff I didn't hear.
Yeah, no, me too.
Because I'm like looking for things, or I'm trying to get a picture or an image or something's going on. I'm like, what am I looking at here? I'm like looking around, and I hear back. I'm like, I don't remember that at all. And there's times in the show where I'm like, you guys will be, especially at the opening part here where we're talking, and I missed the movie you're talking about. And I'm just like, uh-oh. And now I'm listening for clues. What movie are they talking about? What are they talking about? Because I'm like, oh, excuse me? Now I just gave up that information, so everybody's going to know. DJ's clueless the whole time. That's what the beauty of doing a show by yourself. You don't have to worry about losing track. Well,
you do, know what you said.
I did. No, what I was thinking is, this is sitting here unopened. Do you want it?
Oh, man, no. It'll cost you an absolute fortune, Deej, to send it.
To ship it to you?
But it'll cost you an arm
I do.
and a leg. Yeah, I mean, I do.
Yeah, but I got I'm shipping stuff over anyways. I got a package here for Paul too.
Oh, okay. All
that
right.
he asked for
Well,
when he was in the hospital that we just never got back together.
Should we be talking about Paul's package on YouTube? It's a bit
He
early.
asked me to.
Feed
He
him up
wrote
a lot.
in. He's a patron. I'll do anything for the patrons. I'm just glad he didn't
You'll-
send pictures.
DJ, it'll cost you an arm and a leg to send it, bud. It really will. I mean, you
It's
know,
all
you
right.
don't want it. I'll take it off your hands. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I have it
will
on the
be. It's
Kaleidoscope
super
and the
expensive.
same. So yeah,
Yeah. Oh man.
I don't even like the movie anymore. Well, I do. It's one of the I got it. So, but yeah, you're sitting there. You'll get it someday. I'm like, it's sitting right here. Let's get it home.
All right. Well, if you can put that into a package with Paul's stuff, so you're only paying one lot of shipping.
Yeah.
I'm sure I can then arrange for Paul to go and meet Paul somewhere and pick
Oh,
it up
cool.
from him, rather than you have to spend double the
Yeah.
package, because like the cost of the items is one thing, the packaging, the postage is bananas. When
Right,
I sent those Home Cinema Choice magazines to you and John, you know,
Oh, yeah.
the postage was 4 times what the stuff was worth.
Oh yeah. Remember I sent you guys the shirts and the mugs
Yeah.
and everything. It was like, I was like, oh my God. I think you even did you get yours? You got yours in a timely manner too.
Yeah, John
and
missed.
at
Yeah,
that-
John didn't get his till sometime
his-
after, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yes,
you got it.
right.
You got yours first, but
Mm.
yeah, Paul, yours are here still unopened. The Amazon, like I've got the set of movies here that he asked for that he couldn't get over there. So that was months ago, and they've
Yeah,
just been
but-
sitting here. But Paul's saying in the
saying-
chat, yeah, let's do that, Steve. So,
Yeah, man,
cool.
that'll save you a bit of money, man. You're awesome today. You sure, man? I don't mind, Venmoing
no,
you
no.
the cash for it, because it's not
It's
out
easy.
yet.
As everybody knows, pretty much anybody that Johnny Speakers or anybody, like, it's easy for me to say, yeah, I'll be happy to do that. Now I just got to get to the place to ship it out, and that ain't easy. It's like, I got to go all the way over there to do that, because I just don't go to my post office. I go to it's like a UPS shipping store or something like that, and they take care of everything there. So
Well, like I said, and it's a good excuse for me to go to London and meet Paul. That'll be right. I don't mind
There
that.
you go.
And there's a certain other person that we know lives in London that's always good to go and see. And I have promised him faithfully that I'd go and see a movie in Leicester
Oh,
Square
cool.
on the ultra screen with him.
maybe I'll ship me.
Yeah, that's it. To be honest, it's probably cheaper.
It's
Well,
probably
actually, no,
cheaper
probably
to-
more expensive. Yeah, it'd be cheaper to fly over yourself.
Yeah,
Drop them off, fly back.
yeah, exactly. Not bad. All right, maybe we'll do that.
Bright
I
side on
wish.
tour.
Yeah, there you go.
No, but it would be very cool if you did. But don't feel you
Yeah,
have to,
I'll
man.
do
I,
it.
honestly, that's
No
very
problem.
cool if you do that.
That's
and
not a problem.
I'll
Not a
give it a good
problem at all.
home, not with Midway.
So, but during last week's show, let's start with this, Steve. During last week's show, I had my Father's Day gift dropped off to me.
Ooh, previously on. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said, why didn't you just pop in and like open the door and give them to me? And they're like, we were thinking of doing that.
Oh,
see
it's the neck thing. Yeah.
For the
yeah,
audio
yeah.
only people, the Vitura neck band, the neck. So goes on it's this side here, like this. So it sits like
Okay.
that. As for
Yeah.
people that can see, I'll move the mic like that. And yeah, I got time. I got a little bit of time to play with them
Mhm.
this week, and then it connects to the glasses. I have the glasses down there too.
Yeah.
Basically, it turns this thing, and it's like on steroids. And
Okay.
I know they do the same. They have the same type of thing for the X real glasses.
Yeah, they've got the little like a little camera thing that goes on, and they've just
Yeah.
launched it actually. Mhm.
And but this one here, it even comes with they ship you an adapter so that you can use that with the X real glasses.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. So I found that out. I'm like, what's this? Because the Jen and the kids got it for me for Father's Day. And I was like, what's this? And they just ship it with it. And then I went online and I'm looking at the reviews and I'm like, oh, because when I was reading about it at first, they weren't doing that. And so that they'll work with your glasses, obviously my glasses, and for movie watching, it doesn't change much, right?
Yes, because you're not manipulating the space are you,
Right.
during a movie. No,
Exactly. But
Mm.
the head movement, the hand tracking and moving the thing, it's like, it's awesome. And I have a feel like when the weather gets bad, like cold, and I'm moving stuff around, doing, and gaming too. It's supposed to be really good for gaming. And now I'm looking at video games and stuff too. So, because in all my spare time. But
You've always been very wary of that.
I know. You know why?
Because play this, play that. You're like, I haven't got the time.
Well, that's the thing is I have gamed so much in the past that I know what a time suck it is. It's like that used to be my big thing. It's like I was doing that back before they had, like, me and my buddy Chris, we were doing first-person shooters on our computers that we built in the 90s with dial-up. And we'd like dial up, get on, and then you could talk to each other there. So you'd have to have the headset. And we were on these huge maps by ourselves and just trying to snipe each other. And it was bonkers. And I'd go to bed at like 3 or 4 in the morning, wired, because I was in the grass and I didn't know where he was. And I'm using the binoculars. And Jen's like, just shut up and go to sleep. It was just ridiculous. But you get you come home from work.
I noticed how how reticent you and John are. Whenever I talk video games, you guys are always like,
yeah,
no.
Yeah,
it's not even it's always a no.
Oh. Hang on.
You okay?
I don't want to break them. No, they fell.
Don't break them. Don't break them. Don't
break them. No, they were rolling under my chair. But yeah, and the other thing they can do is they have more memory in them, so you can you upload your stuff to them. So like all your shows or movies or anything you want to watch, you upload to that, and it keeps your phone separate. And you can just it has supposedly better battery life. I haven't done that part yet. I haven't really tested that. But yeah, really cool. Cool.
That is cool. And it's interesting that they brought out an adapter then for the X-Reel, because I think the X-Reel are the market leaders at the moment. So it just makes good sense, doesn't it? To widen your customer base.
It's funny you say that. It's like I was looking at it and looking at these, and I'm like, I think the X-Reels are the market leaders when it comes to what we use them for.
Yeah.
Okay. For home theater, they are you plug them into your phone, go right to the apps, and bang, you get for what you're doing. But for actual like virtual reality with computers and like you want to create a space like I have right now for the studio, you can do that in mine. Probably a little bit more. It's probably a little more powerful than the X-Reels. And I actually watched some videos on like there's other glasses too that aren't as. Yeah, but they have, what was the one that I saw that it's like, they look like glasses like these, like I'm wearing right now. And it puts directions up and temperature. It's not like.
Well, Google Glass used to do that, of course, way back when. And then but there are numerous ones. I mean, Ray-Bans have got one.
Ray-Bans were one.
Done their own one. There's a number of them. But I think there are different use cases, aren't there?
Yeah.
I mean, so you've got different things, but
where's I had an image here that I wish, let me see. I took an image. Here it is. So I was watching, let me put this up on the screen to give you an idea. That's the other thing. I was watching, share screen. I was watching some videos and people were like, they're going with the glasses, like, and they had, I don't even know if they had mine or yours, but they'd go up to their computer and be like, how do they say it's 147-inch screen when look at it, it's smaller than my screen right here. But if I'm sitting at my computer and you superimpose it on there, it's only going to take up these two screens, right? It's all a matter, it's literally perspective. Right.
Well, it's an optical illusion. The whole thing is an optical illusion. I mean, it's not really a 147-inch screen in your glasses. It's all perspective.
Right.
So,
it's perspective, right? So, like, I took a picture because I was watching. This was at Larissa's house. I'm watching the kids, and I was like, all right, I'll put these on instead of setting everything up, turning the TV on because it's bigger. So there's our living room. I am sitting about 14 feet away from that's a 75-inch screen. Okay. But if you go from the window that's on the left all the way to the middle of the door, and the screen goes from the basically, you see the mantle and the trim piece below the mantle, the screen goes from there to the ceiling.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're like, that's not, that might be long. That might be bigger than 140 inches, 130, because mine supposedly only do 135. So all of this, like how big they get, it just matters on what you're putting it to. Cause like you said, when I was at the dance competition, I had like a 200-foot screen. And so it's like, you can't really, it's really, they're just telling you the field of view.
Yeah.
And that was the other one. People were I saw other people, they were showing, because you can screen grab stuff. And actually, let me pull that up. I was watching one thing the other day. I'll show you that one. You can screen grab stuff, and there it is. So here's a screen grab of our buddy Todd. I was watching him on his his podcast on YouTube. The home theater, or I forget the title, HTN or This Week or whatever, right? But you can screen grab it. You can't do Netflix. It blocks it out. You don't get it.
Yeah, it's copyright.
But that's what it looks. That's what I'm looking at 100 and whatever inch screen.
Yeah,
it's great. Like it's a great image of him too. Huh? It looks like he's like a guppy. Sorry, buddy.
One thing I like doing on them is looking at Spanish properties. Like there's a guy that I follow on YouTube who is an estate agent in Spain, and he does video walkthroughs, and it's like all first person. So you blow that up, it's like you're walking around the property with him. It's fantastic because it's so big. It feels like you're right there. It's awesome.
Well, that's what both these glasses are good, like first person shooters, virtual reality. That's what like the headset is good at, is like you can move around and stuff and look and everything. It's like you can move the room and everything. So like this, where it's head tracking, and then the camera in the front, it's watching your hands and everything as well. So
I've only watched about half of it, so I haven't put it in our shared folder thing yet. But I do recommend the Thunderbirds documentary on Netflix. The aerial display team.
Yep.
That thing is like it gives you vertigo, and I don't suffer from vertigo. But you watch that on the glasses when they're in the cockpit as they're moving around. It is like, whoa!
Oh my god! That sounds I'll definitely check that one out on Netflix. I scrolled by it. I just didn't grab it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, let me say hi to everyone in the chat, because there's a couple of questions we need to answer as well. And it's my job.
There you go.
And we are only, however, 32 minutes in. Hey, chat. Alrighty. So, Rach made a comment from hi Rach on X, as well as being in the chat. So that's very cool. Or has it reset whilst we've been going?
What's that?
Well,
has what reset?
The first chat is Rachel saying Brad Pitt is tall compared to me. Oh, I know why. Because we started the show, didn't we? After that, so that'll be why.
No, that shouldn't change anything. That's just it's just something we did in the show.
Yeah, that's why Rex.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, hi, Rach. Yeah. So Kenny Cinema Experience was in. Keni Cinema Experience was in. Mikey's in. Hey, Mikey. Mikey was showing off about the fact that he's got like 2.5 months off for his summer vacation. So can we all boo Mikey, please?
Yeah, my wife's a teacher too. Yeah, exactly. It's not exactly. Yeah,
it must be nice. Yeah, TSG's in. TSG's had a movie marathon today of the 28 days, weeks, years movies today. Fair play. Dom's not with us tonight. He's watching Alanis Morissette in Luxembourg.
Ooh.
So, it's, all right for some, fair enough. I mean, isn't it ironic? Anyway, Holger's in from Germany. Hi, Holger. Guten Arbeit. Yeah, I think that's right. I think that's right. I think that's good afternoon. Never mind. Anyway, it's worth a try. Paul's in, of course. Hey, Paul. Jordan's in. Hey, Jordan. John Mensor. It is John, isn't it?
John, I talked to him yesterday.
Yeah, John's in.
He's got a set of glasses. He got the pros.
Yeah, he had the ones, and then he swapped for the pros.
He swapped them for the pros, and he said it got rid of they sit tighter to his face, so he doesn't get the glare of his shirt and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So very, very cool. Greg, the Awesome Ninja, we know about. He's in. Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
And again, Rachel's back in then as well. So hey, Rach. And I saw some new guys as well. Where did that go? Well, anyone that is new, or while I'm looking for that. Oh yeah, Thrill Cat Cinema Lab. What a cool name.
Yeah.
I feel like that. Nice.
You know who that is?
Who's that?
Travis.
Oh, is it? Oh, of course it is.
Yeah.
Travis is just using his business name. That's fine.
Yeah, exactly. That's our buddy Travis.
Hey, Travis. Hey, buddy. So Travis is in. Don Hensley's dropped in. He said, it says, how do you obtain content for the glasses? Don, that's nice and easy. You plug it into your phone. So
Yeah.
whatever's on your phone can then be shown on the glasses. It's like a separate screen. So
Yeah.
if it's on your phone, it's on the glasses, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
And DJ and I have been going on about it nonstop for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah.
Nelson said,
Yeah.
hey, Nelson. Nelson, of course, also has a pair of glasses.
Yep.
And at last check was really enjoying it as well. So yeah, very, very cool. So if you are in the chat and numbers suggest you are, and perhaps not having said hello, feel free to say hi. And we will
Yep.
be nice-ish, as nice as we can be.
And we probably won't be seeing Sophia in the chat because I believe she's still in my pool outside.
Okay.
Because it is
you need to
100
check-
degrees here, and she loved her shout outs last week. So I thought I'd say it. And then her little sister is like, why didn't you shout me out? I was like, you were in the chat. So her little sister, Victoria, also watches the show, but she's too little to have her own YouTube channel. So she doesn't get mentioned, but she just did. So there you go. I'm all caught up. And hopefully I'm back in the good graces.
Yeah, never upset little girls. That's it.
Oh, God. No. Or big ones.
True that. True that.
And don't ever call girls big.
No, yeah, don't call them that. Or old. Either way, I
Old
think
and-
that way danger lies.
Best yet, stay quiet. Just step back, stay quiet.
Yeah, that's it. Don't break eye contact.
Yeah.
Their vision's based on movement.
Don't feed them.
After midnight.
If at all possible. What did I say? What was it on Saturday? Oh, no, then I won't say it. It was funny. But yeah, here it is 100 degrees here today. So
Ouch. So what's
It
that
is
in
warm.
Celsius? That's got to be
37.
37. Okay, yeah, warm.
I saw
warm,
it in the center of town at the bank. 37, and it was flashing back. and forth.
37. John will be saying it if I don't say it, so it's only right.
I think it was 37. I think they said so. I can't find.
Robert, there we go. We got a new
What
guy.
do we
Hey, Robert Brixius.
Oh,
Hey guys, first timer. Can't stick around, so I've got to go back to work. One of these days, I'll have a show day off.
nice.
I'll be listening on podcast later as always. Hey, Robert, thanks for
Yeah.
dropping in, buddy.
Hey,
Yeah,
thanks,
always
Robert.
good. Yeah.
Glad that. I mean, that was nice of him to drop in just to say hi.
Yeah,
We had
thanks.
another person because of the time change. We got the message in. I think it was on YouTube, and
Okay,
said, "Yeah,
nice.
remember we saw it. It was in
Oh,
one
yeah,
of
I
the
did.
YouTube comments.
Mhm, mhm.
Yep, one of the YouTube comments, and they were able to join in and watch live. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
But,
you watch us
but yeah.
fumble about live.
Hey, it's the way to be. Way to be. But yeah,
Yeah.
no. Again, the glasses have changed. I'm so glad that you're, enjoying messing around with them. It's not just a gimmick. It's
No.
very cool that you're enjoying
Yeah.
them as well as I am. I mean, I think they're awesome. And as I say, that Thunderbirds documentary in particular is very good. And that's
that's what I'll
really
be
what I
doing
watched of them this
next.
week. And you will feel that kind of has the Maverick thing of you feel like you're in this plane. You really do
Yeah.
feel it. And they're talking about in this documentary that during one of these maneuvers, the distance between the wings of one plane and another is less than 18 inches.
It's
I
crazy.
mean, it is just, and so much so that the lift on the lower plane is what gives the lift on the upper plane. And without it, the upper plane just plows into the ground. They literally aim for the ground, and it's only the trust. Their motto is blind trust. And it's only because the plane is underneath it that is giving lift to the plane above it. Otherwise, straight into the
Cool.
ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's such a good documentary. It's
Crazy.
only an hour and a half long. It's really good. I'm only about an hour into it, but it's very, very
Yeah.
good.
I loved the
yeah.
Thunderbirds when I was a kid. I won in some, I don't know, some art show or something. I won tickets to it, or whatever. First prize was tickets to the Thunderbirds or something like that. So I won that. But I had the models. I had the set.
Oh,
and
nice.
You have to build
Yeah.
all of them, but then it had a clear thing, and like they were in formation. That was in my I ended up hanging it from the ceiling of my room. Loved the Thunderbirds, all that stuff.
It's just a different. It means something different over here. Thunderbirds was a kids' kind of puppet show thing that they used to have here.
Yeah, that wasn't it. That was
back in the day. Yeah, no, I know. So it sounds a bit weird over here when we say
we have the
Thunderbirds.
Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels. And the
Yeah,
Blue,
Blue
the
Angels.
Blue Angels is the
Not
Navy.
the Red Arrows here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, although they're not.
Okay.
I don't know if they're military. I don't think they are. But yeah, the Red Arrows, the same sort of thing. Although I don't think they do things as dangerously as
Yeah.
as
Those-
the Thunderbirds do. My
The other
goodness.
thing is, did they tell you how fast they can convert those back? All like the Blue Angels and the Thunderbirds, those planes, they're not really stunt planes. They're legit planes. But I think I mean, it's less than 12 hours. They can convert that thing back to be serviced, to be in service. Yeah. It's
So
something like that.
what you're
It's
saying is
crazy.
Don't boo them at the air show then. Otherwise, within
No.
12 hours, they'll be strafing you.
Yeah. Show of force, please.
yeah. Fast
Yeah.
movers.
Yeah.
Take that off.
There we go. So, all right. What do we want to get to?
Oh,
What
you
do
pick
you
your pick.
want
But if
to
you've got
get to?
loads, if you want to jump
Let
in,
me see.
feel
What
free.
do I got? Let me see.
Well, I've got plenty. So
Um,
it's either either.
All right. Let's let's lead off with this one. Since you did this one last week,
Oh,
I might
okay.
as- we'll get this out of the way and get some fresh stuff after this.
Mm.
But yeah. Go. Yeah, so talking swordfish, as Steve did last week, and I ordered it during the show last week, and it did not drop on Kaleidoscape yet. So I keep checking. I'm like, there you go. Okay, all right. Nope, not yet. So this is Shout, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. You can tell because
Shout.
of the little.
Yeah,
little
yeah. So I mean, yeah. Well, I got a couple others coming up that weren't Shout that dropped on Kaleidoscape this week. But yes, everything you said last week was spot on, and that opening, well, not opening scene, but you know what I mean, the scene with the with
good
the,
as, yeah.
the screaming. It's not even just like you said. It's like it's the 360, but it's 360 sound, but the 360 sound is going around you like a carousel. Right? Because it's like that's what happens in the scene. It's like the way they shoot the scene, and it's like it really. And I remember that's one of the reasons I've watched this movie so many times when it came out, and you were like, "Oh my god!" Not even object based, but discrete surround sound, and to be able to move that stuff around the room. It was fun to do then, but hearing it now, and like you said, it's not Atmos, and but you don't. It's funny. You said that last week, and then hearing it again here, it's like you don't need object based. You don't. It's a tool, and it's something that I don't even know if it makes it better for us if you have the right mix, if people know how to mix it, right? And Christopher Nolan doesn't use it, and and I would put every single one of his movies up anybody's Atmos or DTSX mix. And so here the way and then we upmix it anyways, it's so good. But yeah, it definitely doesn't have the bass of Lucy, but that's not to say that it doesn't have kick. Like you said, the big ridiculous gunfight in the street sounds awesome. Stuff moving everywhere. It's that scene though made me realize I've never driven on the right side of a car. I think I've done everything you can do in a car, except that.
Okay. I've driven left-hand drive cars.
Well, yeah, if you've been over here. I've never been over there.
Spain. Yeah, in Spain, it's only we're the only country in Europe that drives on the right.
Yeah.
So yeah. So absolutely. I've driven plenty of left-hand drive cars.
Yeah.
I mean, how would you think you'd find it? Do you think it would be all right, or do you think you'd find it really hard?
It'd probably take me about 15 minutes. I'm willing to bet.
It's just muscle
like,
memory. You soon work out where the gear stick is and kind of,
Yeah, it's more of like, I wouldn't say that I'm ambidextrous, but I can throw a baseball with, like if I throw, I used to do that as a kid. Like I'd take a ball and I'd throw it, and then I'd try to do the same thing with the left hand, and I get it. We can fix that when you come visit. There we go. Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm pretty, like, I'm not ambidextrous, but I could get it. Right. And like after like 15 minutes, you'd be like, okay. And you put yourself through the paces. It's just weird. You're like, what are you doing over here?
What you find yourself doing is veering on the road. That's what you find yourself doing. It happens in Spain, and this is how I know. You will find yourself veering to the side of the road because you're trying to move over that way anyway. This is where you feel comfortable, and so that's what you'll find yourself doing. Even the gears, a couple of minutes, you'll be fine, but it's the veering that you'll get.
Yeah,
you wait and see. I'll prove it to you when you come over.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
you definitely will veer.
Yeah. When I was a kid, there's a section of town where you come around, whatever it was. I took a right onto the road. For one reason or another, just a stupid like blind spot or whatever, like a dumb mistake. I'm driving on the wrong side of the road, but it felt natural. I turned the corner. I'm just driving down the road on the right side of the road. Luckily, nobody was coming at me. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing over here? I don't know why. I was like, well, you take a left, you're going to go left and you're going to go to the other side of the road. Well, I took a right and went to the other side of the road and was fine. Just there I go down the road. I'm like, what
Brain
are we doing?
fade.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
so-
still could have been worse. I mean, it could have been a one-way in Chicago, wrong way down the road, in a big yellow banana sports car, Deej.
Yeah. Well, that was bad directions.
Joe, God, Joe, honestly.
It's a one way. Just go left. Okay.
How do they know which way we're going?
Yeah, exactly. No, but that scene in particular, though, Hugh Jackman, a character, is supposed the way he drove. There's no way I can't do this. You're not driving like that. He's driving like a stunt driver. He's going around corners. He's drifting. He's like, no, you're not doing that.
Yeah. And that's before we've got him firing an M60 while stood up in the car.
Oh my God,
blowing him out the back of the vehicle.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. It's a great scene though. Great. Great. I was going to say Atmos, but great surround sound. The bass there did feel punchy. And you're right. The clarity, the HDR enhanced the filters, as you said last week.
The whole
right?
thing's filtered. Yeah.
It's like
weird filters.
The green. There was one particular scene where the window, you look it up in the background and the fluorescent lights that you saw through the windows in a like office building or whatever, and they were tinted green. Every single one of them was tinted green. But the shot itself didn't look, a lot of green, but it was like, you could tell like this is what they're shooting here. It's like, but yeah, looked really, really good. I mean, definitely worth picking up. And it's ridiculous.
You haven't even mentioned that scene, Deej.
Trying not to.
Still too early.
Yeah,
I get you.
too early. It was starting an hour earlier, Steve. But, we can't go. Yeah, can't do that.
I listened back as well. You said, oh, she'd be great if she was in Underworld, all that latex. Well, of course, she was Catwoman.
Yeah, that's true. I know. I thought of that too. I was like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Not that I've ever seen that. I didn't need to. But it.
Why?
Yeah. Because I heard it's dreadful.
You don't even need volume.
But I mean, even she hates the film. The director disowned that movie. The Catwoman has just been stricken from the record.
But that's the vibrancy in it in the movie, though. The colors, everything about it. It's definitely worth picking up. I'll grab it on Kaleidoscape when it comes out too. And it's like, it's always been, like you said last week, like a guilty pleasure, but it's really not. I think it's a fun movie. I think even the end of it, the idea of it, like, you think that crap's going on? Could be, could not be. It's like, who's the good guy? Who's the bad guy? It's all a matter of like how you look at things and everything. It's like, you're thinking, it, what did he say in the movie? Travolta is like, misdirection, right? So that plays into how he got away with stuff, but it also plays into who's right, who's wrong. It's all misdirection. So
and they don't cheat as well. In fairness, at the end, and I'm not going to give it away because I know Paul, I don't think, seen it yet. So they don't cheat at the end either. You do get a couple of frames that gives you the nod. They don't just go, there was someone else.
Oh, yeah.
They actually do. You can see it when you're looking for it. So it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is one of the best shout discs I've seen in a long time. I mean, so detailed.
Yeah.
It's great. Really, really good. I'm glad you saw it, that you made a beeline for it, because it is great. And Paul, if you haven't seen it still, then do yourself a favor, give it a go. I think you'll get a kick out of it, especially the opening scene. As a sound man, you can't really get much better than the sheer sonic chaos of the opening sequences. So very good.
Really good. Really good.
Did you AB it? Did you AB it with your Blu-ray, Deej? I mean, I'm not going crazy.
I wanted
the
to.
screens were never there before, though, were they? Or at least
I don't remember it with that kind of clarity, and I didn't get a chance to do that with the Blu-ray, especially where this is a 4K Blu-ray. You got to back and forth, but it's a little bit more to set it. Actually, I could have AB'd it with the Kaleidoscape version, which that's actually what I was going to do, but no, maybe I'll do that for next week if I get a chance to do that, because We got time.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to? What would you like to do?
Well, why don't we? Let's tick off some older stuff. So at the top of that screen you've got there, probably to the left, there's that one as well, but also to the left there is the one that you asked about weeks ago. You were like, "What the hell is this?"
This one?
At the yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's tick this off the list. It's been there ages.
All right. Let's get to it.
Okay. So this is a Blu-ray. All right, apologies. 1080p DTS HD 5.1 of the 2025 film Heart Eyes. This is called
Heart Eyes.
Heart Eyes. Yeah, and when you see that,
given away with the image.
Yeah, well, indeed, absolutely. Yeah. So this is a newish horror movie. So it's from this year. Which came out on Valentine's Day, I do believe, if I remember rightly, which I didn't see in theaters, and it came out on Blu-ray disc a few weeks back, and I picked it up and thought, well, I'll give it a go because it's a masked killer horror movie, and it's me, so why would I not? So yeah, blind
Hope
buy.
it's graphic enough for you.
It's not. But never mind. Might as well not bury the lead. We'll put the milk at the front of the store, dude. So, although it does try, in fairness, it tries. It just it's not terrifying.
The movie's like,
I keep saying every time I do Terrifier, I say this has moved the bar to a point where nothing has yet come close to it. And so everything suffers in comparison, be it war movie or horror movie. So yeah, anyway, so story is a bit strange. There is, I'm trying to remember it now. It's that long ago. So it's there is a killer who is targeting couples on like Valentine's Day or something like that. And he targets them and then kills them, and, on it goes. Now it wants to be Scream. It wants to be Happy Death Day. It wants to be freaky. It wants to be kind of horror and comedy, and it wants both. And it's not, and Thanksgiving, and movies like that. And it's not as clever as any of those, and it's not as good as any of those. And I've seen all of those many, many times. But it's got its sort of interest. It's not too bad. You can pick it up cheaply or watch it, stream it, whatever, when it's on streaming, which it will be if not already very soon. It's diverting enough. It's short, 90 minutes. It's okay, but it's not as clever as any of those other movies. And those that I've just mentioned, if you haven't seen those, see those first, and then see this after that. So I was never bored. I did enjoy it. I was always 3 steps ahead of it. In terms of, right, okay, well, I know who's doing it, and I know why, and I know where, and okay, but it was enjoyable enough. Luckily, though, more importantly, the 1080p Blu-ray, and that image is quite representative, is very nice. Or as everything these days, it's shot digitally. And it does look really nice, really good black levels, really nice. Again, the glowing heart eyes of the mask that the character wears looks really good. And the sound is pretty decent. Whenever there's music, it creeps right to the back of the room. It's, as I said, only DTS HD, but up next to Neural X. And it sounds okay as well. So it's a solid movie. Don't go paying a lot of money for it. Don't go, spending megabucks on this. We'll talk about a movie later that I did spend megabucks on, but don't go spending lots of money on this. But do if you see it cheap enough and you're into this kind of stuff, like what I am, you could do worse than give this a go. But it's not as good as it thinks it is. So what does Jordan say? Heart Eyes, an incredibly fun slasher film. Hope it sees a 4K re-release in the future. Yeah. I'd look forward to that the same as I look forward to Thanksgiving. As in the movie, not the holiday.
I thought you were gonna say the dentist.
Yeah, well, yeah. True.
Oh, that's my opinion. Okay, no, sorry about that. I got us mixed up.
Yeah. That's it. It's okay, and it's worth seeing. But like I said, don't rush to it. Don't make a beeline for it. But yeah, it's quite fun. Yeah, Rachel says I'll give it a whirl. I think, Rachel, you'll enjoy it. I think you'll get a kick out of it for what it is. But yeah, stream it if you can, I would say.
Yeah. I heard a pretty good I don't know if I'd call it a quote, but a good idea. Like somebody said, I was listening to a podcast, and they said if you have 2 people that always agree, one of them is pointless. Because if you always agree on everything, you're not bringing anything to each other. It's like,
Yes.
you know what I mean? What do I need that for? I already agree with you. Okay. If you always agree, I loved it. I was like, and it doesn't say which one of you. It's just one of you isn't needed. There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. So, but yeah, that's the show. It's like,
Yeah. Well, hey, no, absolutely.
I'm not here to agree with everything. It's nice when we do, but
But
great when
yeah,
we
but
don't.
some of the most memorable, episodes that we've done are where
yeah.
there has been disagreement, and then we quote it endlessly for months afterwards.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Including the incredibly awkward disagreement between you and John with Evil Dead Rise, where I didn't know where to put myself.
Yeah, exactly. No, my favorite one with John recently was after the Spider-Man, and I didn't remember that it was a two-parter. And I'm like, I didn't remember. And he's yelling at me, telling me I did. I'm like, you're telling me I remembered, and I'm telling you I didn't. Well, we talked about it. Yeah, that's what not remember means. I'm not. Him and I do that all the time. It's great.
To be fair, by the time the third one comes out of that, we'll have all forgotten that there were other ones.
What's Spider-Man? Like, I got to go see the other ones first.
Across the what?
Oh, yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I talked about this one last week. And yeah, actually, let me put it in order. Do I have it? There it is. Yes, it is in order. All right, bring that up. Here we go. This was an absolute blast. So, Jurassic Park dropped on Kaleidoscape last week, Tuesday, I believe, like right before the show or during the show. I think I was on and I saw that it dropped in 4K Dolby Vision. It had been on in 4K before, and I owned it, and it got Dolby Vision. So it just got upgraded. I didn't have to buy anything. I didn't have to do anything. It just got Dolby Vision. So I was like, oh, cool. The other thing I noticed, and I haven't been able to check in with anybody yet. I thought of it when I was watching it. But I'm not sure if I'm right. The Jurassic Park disc set comes with DTSX.
Yes.
Correct? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Jordan Carpenter spared no expense. So the on Kaleidoscape, I'm pretty sure up until this day, this had DTS Master Audio. And it was one of those ones, like, I know the Bournes were like that for a little bit. Some of them might have been converted since, but it didn't have DTSX. I'm not sure if it had Atmos. I'm not sure, but it does now. It's got Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, and it is, I don't know what that, it's like I said before, every time I do this, I'm like, it's like a whole new, fresh movie. The jungle looks better because what the Dolby Vision is doing for me, especially with the projector, it's like I've had this projector since 2019 and been upgraded, whether it's through the Lumagen originally, and then eventually the Lumagen gets updates, and now the latest update, big update, was it has I can do Dolby Vision on my projector. Well, my brights are brighter. Blacks aren't getting much blacker, but the brights are brighter, which creates a better contrast ratio because and it's phenomenal. And like the opening scene there where you're looking at the amber and stuff, like it's just gorgeous. The jungles look gorgeous. Everything is just vibrant and everything it should be. And one scene in particular, it's going to sound weird because we always talk about like pans and everything and how great it sounds, and it did. This sounds absolutely phenomenal. I'm not breaking any news here, right? The scene when it was Laura Dern and Attenborough, and they're eating the ice cream, and he's talking about the flea circus, and he's talking this and that, and they get a close up on his face. There was acting there I have never seen before, like the look on his face, the feel that he was giving, and like, I don't want to say his like lips were quivering, but his grandchildren are out there, but he's talking about the sincerity and everything. And it just, the way that came across to me for I've never, ever seen the detail that I saw in his face, which was, that's acting. You know what I mean? Like all of that had been lost to me up, it just looked so clear. And I'd seen stuff, I mean, obviously through the rest of the movie, the opening scene, or not the opening scene, but when he first shows up with the helicopter and the dust everywhere, and they come in and it's got, all of it looks brand new to me, something I'd never seen. I mean, it looks like I hadn't seen it before. It looked that
nice.
good.
Yeah.
It was so much fun to do.
It's a fantastic movie. I mean, the T-Rex, the T-Rex attack sequence, the first one, is an all-time demo sequence. I mean, it's absolutely awesome. I mean, and that right from the very the first thuds and that with the rain all going round, and you can hear and you talk about pans when the metallic kind of wires break and that pulls away, you get the pan with that. And I mean, I think that sequence is bass surround heaven. And yet I still, of all of that, and I love the fury and the violence of that. And I mean that sonically, not on screen. Although there's a bit of that too. You do see a lawyer bitten in half. But it's the music when they first look out and see the dinosaurs, dun, 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 that I mean, again, we'll talk more with John next week about it, but I still think the Jurassic Park theme is a thing of absolute perfection, and I love that music, and then that pan across the valley, and you can see the dinosaurs. And I remember back in '93, like it were yesterday, when that was jaw dropping. It was never seen that before.
Yeah,
it was incredible, and
that was marketing too.
Yeah, and I love the juxtaposition of Sam Neill's face. Sam Neill's face is the audience. That is how we all looked when the camera goes around.
It's amazing. It's like that first shot, and that's what we're waiting for. That's why we were all going to the theater. It's like I mean, it was Jurassic Park, and it's like that's what we got for a poster. Is what you're seeing here on the image. It was like they didn't show you anything. You had no idea and when you hear about all through the extras, you're like, they didn't know what we were going to see. So it's not like a year earlier they could have said, oh boy, let's give them a glimpse. They're like, I don't know what we can do. And people that were pulling this off were like, yeah, I can do that. Oh God, I hope I can do that. The artists didn't know what they could do.
Yeah, well, quite. Well, you've got Spielberg. I mean, he was shooting Schindler's List at the same time.
Yeah, because they were wrapping that up. He started Schindler's List. He's like doing that. It's like, oh my God. It was, but the other scene that I wanted to mention, and this gets more into the like nitty gritty of detail, is the scene when they're sitting around the table and they have the slides going on behind them. It's a beautifully shot scene. It's always has been, even going back to Laserdisc, but now seeing the rainbow effect in the lighting, the vibrancy of the rainbow effect, like the different colors of light that are being shot and when it comes on. And of course, when Attenborough says, he's like, the things that are brought into light and then they're behind them or whatever, the line matches perfectly with the action. You're like, geez, that's not an accident. But it's just the black backdrop of everything and seeing the color and the brightness and the contrast was it's so good. Just really, it's pretty much a demo scene for HDR, like how good that stuff can look and the fine details that you get in the hues and stuff like that with the colors of, the spectrum, if you will. It's awesome. Awesome.
Such a good film. And I mean, I've only got the DTSX Blu-ray 4K Blu-rays. But I absolutely love it. It's such a good scenes, and it's very, very cool. And Roll On Rebirth, which of course, what is week after next? So after F1, straight on the next one. So,
but speaking of straight on next one, we'll just roll right in.
Oh, nice.
There you go. So I went right from that one to Lost World Jurassic Park. Just throwing it up quick. All of that to say, definitely not as good as the first one.
It's a different movie, isn't it? Yeah,
completely. It was fun, but it was like, and I remember when it came out, we were like, all right, what's it going to be? And it was fun to get back to the movies, see dinosaurs, see that even back then. But now, especially with what we have with, the new franchise and everything, this one, I wanted to do the third one. I'll do that for next week because I got all three of them. They all just came out with the Dolby Vision and Atmos. But it's good. I mean, it's graphic. More people bitten literally right in half, and but I didn't feel like the transfer benefited as much. Maybe because I haven't seen it as much as well, but it's not as big a deal to be like, oh my God, the jungle looks great. It's like, it just wasn't the same, and it's still, decent. But as of right now, I'm thinking this is probably got to be the worst of the entire franchise.
And I like this one, but I think that's right. I think that's fair. Yeah. It is a darker movie in number of ways, and again, I think Spielberg kind of looks at this like his Temple of Doom. It's the second one, and it is darker and not always in the right way. So I mean, it's not as good. Definitely not as good, but it passes the time. But it does feel like this is, if ever there's such a thing as a Spielberg placeholder movie, that's what this seems to me. It's almost like I've got a 6-month window. What am I going to do? Oh, we'll just do this then. It's I'm sure that's not the case. And apologies, Mr. Spielberg, if you are listening. I mean, obviously, he never misses a show. But it does feel like I didn't have a lot of time to prep it. There wasn't a lot of time to do the script. We just shot what was there and just did our best. That's how it feels to me. And of course, this was the last one he directed, wasn't it? So after that, it moves on. Then it's Joe Johnston who does 3, I think, and then obviously we did get 4, 5, 6, which is then the what's his face? I couldn't think of his name.
Chris, not Pine.
No. Oh my God, Ryan Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, directed. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. So, but so it definitely 2 has a different place to 1, but it is.
And they don't even call it 2. It's called Lost World Jurassic Park, and it's like
2.
Then the third one is Jurassic Park 3.
Yeah, it is.
They run out of creative names. But even at the end of this one, you felt like right after here we are too. It's like they jumped the shark with the ending. Like they went right there, and you're like, okay, but it was. I mean, it was fun, and I enjoyed it and sat there. But definitely out of the franchise, it's not. But definitely, if you haven't seen, oh my God, then the latest for me just blew me away. Jurassic Park with the Dolby Vision and Atmos. Yeah, the
big pterodactyl over the head. I need to rewatch it. I've only watched it once. Dominion. Yeah, it was Dominion, wasn't it?
Oh yeah.
That was great.
Yeah. Show of force right there. There you go. So, all right. Let me get back to your group. What would you like to hit? Which one?
Shall we do? Because time is getting on. Should we do the expensive one and put people out of their misery? There are people who've been asking this week. Shall we do that? Yeah, you got it. Yeah,
of course. I knew which one it was. I can
get very excited. Oh yeah.
People are getting nervous. All right. Yeah, so definitely worth it. I can't wait to hear the price. I can't wait to hear.
Yeah. So if my bank manager's listening. Yeah. Okay. So what happened was a couple of weeks back, I suppose, on Twitter, someone mentioned something about this movie. The movie is Wind River. And I was aware and have been aware for some time that in the US, it is in 4K and in Dolby Atmos, and it is a Walmart exclusive. And so whenever it's a retailer exclusive and Walmart don't ship anything out of the US, you're in trouble. So I went on to eBay and I found it, and it cost me £53 to have this sent over, which is about $75.
Oh, okay. So it's your Lawrence of Arabia.
Yeah. Exactly that. It is. So by certainly more than I've ever spent on a single disc before. But it came and it got over here, and I managed to watch it this week. Now, the movie. Now, we have reviewed this, and you guys have seen it, and fine. This film, again, seeing it this way, but having seen it now a number of times, this film, anyone that has not seen this needs to make a beeline and see it yesterday. This is one of my favorite films, and talk about the delivery system enhancing it. Deej, let me talk to you in a minute about how it looks and sounds. But in terms of the film, it is a masterpiece, an instant modern classic. And the more I see it, the more I am convinced of that fact. It is fantastic. The writing is pitch perfect. The acting is on another level. It's awesome. And I cannot say
cinematography
good things about
it. It's
just stunning. It's a stunning movie.
Yeah.
And genuinely one of my favorite films that I will always forget to say is one of my favorite films. When someone says, "What's your favorite film?" I'll forget this one, as very often the best films you do.
Right.
But rest assured, it is. So anyone that hasn't seen it, if you're in the chat or you're listening to this, do yourselves a favor, find it. If you're in the US, get this version of it. Go and stalk Walmart until you can find it, and then enjoy. So love the movie, and every time I see it, as I said, it just gets better. Now I'm very glad to say, having spent that money on it, its 4K Atmos presentation is flawless. And I mean that in every way that I can say it. It is exceptionally good. Previously, I'd only had the Blu-ray, which had 1080p and then DTS HD Master Audio 5.1. But this is a new Atmos mix and a new 4K. Now, the 4K video is perfect. It's a digitally shot movie. Again, all the vistas, all the cinematography is just amazing. I noticed details in this that I've not seen before. Things in the background, set dressing, costumes. There are close-ups galore in this of things like sheep and wolves, and also of dead bodies as well. And
you love those.
Well, hell's yeah. Just looks fantastic. It really does. And there is not a pixel out of place that I could see on this. And I watched this when I was wide awake. I wanted to just, cram all this into my eyeballs, and it looks absolutely superb. Then we get the audio. Now, these remind me, because when you saw it, was that on Kaleidoscape? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was that in Atmos then as well? Was that 4K Atmos, or was that DTS?
No, it's DTS. It's still DTS. It wasn't Atmos, but it is Dolby Vision. It is 4K, HDR, all of that. So I have all of that. But
yeah. Okay. So we sang its praises about its audio previously.
Yeah.
On with the DTS HD up mixed to Neural X. And having said before in this show, you don't need an Object Mace mix.
Yeah.
Some films you really do. And guess what?
Yeah.
Here's one of them. Oh my goodness me. I was not ready for what I was about to get. I love the sound on this. We waxed lyrically about this when it came out, but we just did not, we hadn't heard it. And until you listen to it in Atmos, you have, honestly, Deej, it's awesome. Now, the opening gunshot of the thing, which we talked about a lot, didn't we, previously?
Oh yeah.
Has whole new presence to it that I had not heard before. And when I say presence, I'm talking really about the echoes and the presence in the rear speakers. It feels now like you are in a field. It feels like it's moving back into the mountains, that the audio, that the noise is spreading outwards, and it hangs in the air, which is not something that I got when I watched the Blu-ray. It feels like the sound is just kind of echoing and moving. After the shot, this isn't the shot itself.
The reverb or whatever that you'd have in real life from the from the surround, like it's coming back at you, the echoes and stuff.
So that was absolutely awesome. Then you get the lilting music, and by the way, this is the first time I realized what was being said, because when you listen to the music has dialogue in it. It's not lyrics. It's someone reading. And I don't know if you got it. They're reading the poem that she mentions at the beginning. That's what they're doing. So during the movie, when the music's going, you can hear whispering. They're whispering the poem, and you can now hear it in the Atmos mix. It's clear enough that you can hear the dialogue being said. Now, I didn't realize that before. I just thought it was a cool little effect, but no, they're reading out the dialogue from that poem. So when the gunplay comes, and boy does it come, you get the beefy bass. You get the real, these guns sound like, movie guns, howitzers. Every gun is massive and feels like it. When she gets hit in the chest, you feel that punch. It's honestly excellent. This is going to be in my top 10, even if I've got to have 11.
That's funny.
At the end of this year, this is going to be there. This is an honorary mention, even if it's not. I mean, it's absolutely phenomenal. Everybody, if you can get your hands on it, should. It's awesome. So I love the movie. I love how it looks, love how it sounds. Don't love how much it cost me, but it was very, very good indeed. And it's amazing. And if you're in the continental US, and if you've got a Walmart anywhere within about 100 miles of you, so to the US, that's round the corner, then if you can find it, then get it.
I'm wondering if I wish I had, if I had like time, it wasn't an issue. I would have just chinged it, because I want to compare. I really want to compare the audio, because I know in the past I've compared, like, okay, it gets, Walmart will get the Atmos, or somebody will get the Atmos track, and then you go back and forth on Kaleidoscape and with the DTS, because DTS or Kaleidoscape, I'm saying, gets the studio gives the best audio they can to Kaleidoscape. We can argue all day long which one's better or which one, but this is what the studio thinks is the best here.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I'd love to do an AB if I had because maybe this is a case where, like, all right, we'll only sell it to Walmart with the Atmos track just for that very reason. Right. But a lot of the stuff you were saying, I was like, sounded great. That's all sounded awesome to me when I heard it and saw it. It's like, but yeah, it's like there's so much stuff. I remember the Bourne series and going back and not having the DTSX, and it was a little bit less bassy, but at time, because they, in DTSX, they're going to punch up the bass a little higher. They're going to give a little bit more there. But then I remember I said in the chase scene, I found to be more discreet, a better surround experience, because you didn't have that extra bass kind of like, fill in the room and stuff. So now you could focus on something else. So it is a different track. That would be interesting to hear the difference. And I even looked up, I was just looking up, what was the the file size, and on Kaleidoscape it was like 55. So it doesn't matter if it was a 60 gig. Oops, what happened there? Why did that happen? Yeah, why did that happen? Did you just delete it?
Oh God,
I think you just deleted it.
I clicked on something. Oh, I'm so sorry, dude. I clicked on something that
you just deleted the thing, so it went to the next file. I was like, what the?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's my fault. I clicked on something else and it's done. I'm so sorry. Oops.
Yeah, that's great. I was like, wow. Well, Sync is working great now. Sinking across the ocean.
Yeah. Sorry, man. Sorry. Apologies.
No problem. Actually, that's my problem. I should have dropped that into the HT. You wouldn't have been able to do that to me if I put it into my other folder. So Steve Rat says $70 on Amazon US, only 7 left. So wow, okay, but that I ain't paying that to do an AB.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now.
No. Neither should you. Yeah.
So even without the image up for you audio only listeners, you get the benefit. It doesn't matter right now. But no, I can speak to the 4K, and that was. This is one where you're going to get HDR at the completely different end of the spectrum because of how bright it is outside. The snow, the back, you see in details. And usually with HDR, we're talking details in the shadows and detail. No, this is the other end, right? It's like those bright snowy scenes, the snow in the background, the backdrop, that, and again, that opening scene. And just the direction that the emotional direction they move you in. And it's like 1 minute, you're like, oh no. Then you're like, oh no. It's like, don't do that. Oh my God, he did that. No, don't do that. So it is such a great movie. And I, like I said, I swear I saw it in Atmos. I swear, I remember hearing it and being like, this is, like you said, that gunshot and so But yeah,
It's
great scene.
the disc is from Lionsgate over in the US. I mean, Jordan said in the chat it was STX over here. It's a Lionsgate disc that they've licensed to Walmart or whatever they do, and it begins with an Atmos trailer. You get a little Atmos trailer at the beginning, which flashes up Dolby Vision as well. So it's all in that too. But yeah, I mean, I can't speak highly enough about it. And I have to say the you know, again, the writing's amazing, and the little conversation at the end where one of the characters says, "I'm just going to sit here. I just want a minute to miss her." And I mean, Taylor Sheridan wrote and directed it, and if at the end of it he didn't have a big cigar and just think I've just made a perfect script and a perfect movie, then I don't know what else you could be. It's awesome. Yeah, so that's Final Destination he's talking about there.
Yeah.
Hi, Shane.
Shane woke up from his nap. That was nice.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
that was good. Popping in. We're talking Wind River, buddy.
If you haven't seen that, Shane, you fix that.
Sure, yeah. But Shane, if you can you answer me this? I meant to text you, buddy. He's one that would know, I'm pretty sure. Did when Jurassic Park just got the Dolby Vision, did that add Dolby Atmos as well, or has it had Atmos all along? I asked that earlier. I forgot to text you and find out. He's one that I would have texted for that information, and I never got around to it. But if he can answer in the chat, that would be great. But
yeah, so everyone know Wind River.
River.
Please do yourselves a favor and see it. Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Steve Att says added Atmos.
Yeah, Steve Att saying added the Atmos as well. So cool.
Atmos is new. There you go. Old disc got DTSX.
Really enjoyed it. Let's see. Now here's one I wasn't expecting. Yeah, the old disc had. Yeah, so Shane's saying old disc had DTSX, but Kaleidoscape had DTS Master Audio. So so it's cool. We got the Atmos now. All right, here's one. Look at Steve's trying to cheat. There you go. Don't delete this one on me.
Sorry, well, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Man. That's never happened before.
Oh, so here we go. Steve Att saying Shane did a great compare of the two. So yeah, go to Shane's channel. I haven't seen that yet. Sorry, buddy. I haven't seen that comparison yet. So yeah. All right, let's see. What do we got?
Oh gosh. Oh.
What?
Going back in time.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. If I could turn back time. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, don't ask me why
what
shit
made you choose this?
Time Cop?
Yeah.
Oh, it just dropped Dolby Atmos. Not Dolby Atmos.
Oh.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry. Oh, it actually did it? Hang on. I can't remember. Let me see. It just got Dolby Vision for sure.
Okay.
I know that. And so I guess I'm going to have to call it a guilty pleasure. I love this movie. I saw this movie 3 times in the theater back then, 1994. I was like, to be fair, the third time I fell asleep, but I'd seen it 3. I already seen it twice. It was. So this, like I said, dropped on Kaleidoscape in the middle of the week. I'm just, I'm always on the app checking it out. And I was like, Time Cop, it's an hour and a half long. It's only an hour and a half.
Right. Yeah.
It's, oh my God, it's the stupid rules of time travel. It's fantastic. It's like you can only go, it's something that us humans would do. Only humans would say that. Like you can only go backwards because the future hasn't happened yet. What kind of arrogance does it take to think you're in the present? Right? You pop back in time like they do at the beginning of the movie and they go like, they think they're in the present. What makes you so arrogant to think your time is the real time? How do you know they didn't invent this 100 years from now, you arrogant piece of bip? It's like, it's just a funny line. Like, oh, you can't go forward.
Josh says he's got the Gil Hibben double shadow knife.
Oh, yeah. That's a start. Yep. That's an awesome movie knives. You got to have the Rambo knife, right, John? You gotta. It's like,
the Predator, like machete.
Yeah. Yep.
Well.
But yeah, the double. Oh, that thing's so funny. Yeah, and then his different hair. He's got that big. It's like,
Yeah.
that is not what 2004 ended up looking like. I was very disappointed.
Well, that's the problem with these slew of movies that hit in the 80s
Yeah.
and the 90s. They didn't go that far in the future. So now we're well beyond those, and they just look really weird.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's like, and this was one of those movies where the futuristic cars look like they were built out of Lego. Instead, everything else was all smooth, and they end up looking like what we see now as a Tesla. They're like these smooth, weird-looking cars, and a lot of times the wheels aren't showing or whatever. It's like in Time Cop, it's like, okay, we're building them out of Legos. They're very blocky and just, yeah. But yeah, it's just a, tight hour and a half, easy, so much fun. What was her name? The one from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Bueller. Yeah, I don't know.
Mia.
But yeah,
Mia something.
Yeah,
Yeah, she was in it. Yeah. And it's like, not Mia Farrow, no.
No.
But it definitely benefited from the Dolby Vision. That was, I mean, even just the image, like I couldn't wait to see it because like the poster for this is like, you got the bright colors and everything. It's like, oh my God. It was just.
So Demolition Man was first of these two. Because I mean, I'm assuming so. Wasn't that 93?
Maybe, yeah.
Demolition
This
Man.
was 94.
Yeah, I think Demolition Man was. I mean, they're both very, very similar in terms of how they do it, and But yeah, it's a very ultra guilty pleasure for me. This one, I don't own the Blu-ray actually. I can't remember the last time I've seen it. I've seen it many times, but yeah. Oh, what a film!
Oh my God, so much fun. I'm just sitting there grinning ear to ear, and it's the opening scene, the 4K. I mean, it was very good, very well done. Grainy at times, a little more grain than I wanted, but I mean, it's Time Cop. It's Van Damme. Beggars can't be choosers, and I don't know why I was begging for this in the first place, but I was. All right, it's like one of those things. Like I didn't even know I wanted it, and I got it. And it was just so much fun. But the grain, it was inconsistent, but the brighter scenes really nice. The explosions looked really nice. The sound didn't really. It's not like nothing shook bad. My remote didn't awaken or anything like that. But there was a lot of nice detail in his face, detail in the boot in that mall scene when he's got to do the splits, got to do his thing, lots of nice detail in there in the close-ups. But if you're into this, or like I am, you got to get it. It's just so much fun. You've never seen it look this good. That's for sure. I don't think I'm sitting, and I did think that watching it the whole time, like it didn't look this good when I saw it in the theater. Oh my goodness. So yeah, a lot of fun.
If it hits 4K disc, I might pick it up for the right price. I wouldn't spend a lot of money on it. If it's one of these Arrow special edition £30 ones, then forget it. But for $19.99, I might pick it up on a
I think it was $15 on if I remember right. I think it's hard. Like if I go back and look, it tells me I already bought it, so I can't see the price now. But if somebody wants to look it up and tell me, but yeah, I think it was $14.99. Huh?
$70?
No, I wouldn't have done that. I like it, but I don't like it that much, but
I'm not sure they spent $70 to make the thing,
Yeah. It actually wasn't that bad. It held. The special effects weren't awful for what it was. They kind of did their thing. They didn't go over the top. You could see they were utilizing the stuff Cameron had invented only 3-4 years earlier with the Abyss and T2, and they utilize that a little bit. But it held up pretty good. It's the funny thing is the costumes that they have. Like, so you got people coming from 2004 going back to 1994, and for some reason everybody was wearing, or badasses wearing, shin guards. And it's like that one guy walking. You're like, what is he, a soccer fan, or is he kicking a lot of crap? I don't know what's going on. Like, what kind of fashion statement is that? In the haircut, it's like, okay, all right, you're gonna wear baggy pants and metal shin guards. Yeah, way to blend.
It was all the rage in 2004, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the guy that goes back in time at the beginning, and he's standing there on the road, and they're coming up on him with horses and wagons, and he's like, they sent the guy back with missing a tooth. It's like, no, like what? So he could fit in with like, all right, you're going back to this time when their teeth weren't very good. So send him. Oh God. No, but lots of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. So, all right. What do you got next?
Should we do the in theaters one? Should we do that?
Yeah, sure. Let me.
Yeah. So if that's topical.
All right. Let's.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
Actually, let me. Let me drop that in here. See if I can't. There we go. Breathe in. Here we go.
Yeah.
Image file. There it is. All right.
There she blows.
There she blows.
Okay.
Yeah. Are you excited about this one?
Oops,
that ain't it.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. All right. Oh, hello. I've just done that. That's right. That's okay. It's right. I'm not my keyboard. Right. All right. So this is in theaters at a theater near you. The Danny Boyle directed, Alex Garland of Warfare fame written 28 years later. Now, I recently-ish reviewed 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later on the show. Both were on Blu-ray only. So because I knew this was coming and I watched those again, and I've seen those many, many times. And so now we get 28 Years Later, which came out here last Thursday. I think it was Thursday, might have been Wednesday, but either way, I made time to go and see this. Now, are you a fan? I don't think you are a fan of these, are you, DJ? I think John's
I've seen the first two. Yeah, I like them.
Okay, all right, fine. Okay, all right, well, fair enough.
Sandra Bullock was awesome.
Right. Now you're confusing me.
No, that was 28 weeks, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever she did, 28 days, whatever it was. Yeah, that's not my joke. Everybody says
anything you want to know about horror movies, but rom-coms, forget it. Not a clue.
I don't even think that was a rom-com. It was a rehab. It was rehab.
Why not? Why can't that be a situational or a romantic
rehab?
Yeah, I've got clients that spend enough time in them. Anyway,
well,
so I made time and dragged myself along to a decent local cinema to see this. Now, unfortunately, and this is where we can serve a public service announcement, Deej, because I had forgotten that because I'd read somewhere this film is shot in a very wide ratio. All right. So normal widescreen is what, 239?
Yeah.
This is 276.
Oh, wow.
So it's like that. And of course,
like
I sat in my usual position. On it comes, and I thought I might as well be at home because the screen feels bigger where I'm sat at home. This is really small.
Throw on the glasses.
Well, this is the thing, and I didn't have them with me. I wish I had. I might have really go try and plug it into the projector. We got a long lead.
Can't plug this in place.
So anyone going to see this, sit closer than you normally would. Otherwise, you're going to have a really rough time with it. Okay, so the movie is literally as it sounds. So you had the outbreak in 28 Days Later. Then we had the kind of the aftermath of it initially in 28 Weeks Later, and now we jump forward 28 years. And what's happened is the UK has been essentially sealed off and has been left to its own devices. The rest of the world has managed to contain and then defeat the virus, but the UK was just walled off and left. Sounds like Brexit. Sounds like Brexit to me, and very clearly Brexit.
I don't even see where the horror part is coming in.
Well, yeah, indeed. So the virus ran rampant in the UK, and so now we come back to, and we meet this group of survivors that have survived on a little island with a causeway. So there's like a walkway in between the island and the mainland that once a day, when the tide is out, you can cross, and when the tide comes in, you can't. So this is how they've survived, and we meet a father and son who are going into this wilderness because the dad wants the son to get his first zombie kill, and the story then
as every dad does,
as one does. Yes, indeed, absolutely. So and things begin to go awry, and I won't ruin it from there. It's a very interesting story. It's never boring. Ray Fiennes is in it, and there is blood and guts in this, not Terrifier levels, but there are some. And it is quite graphic for what it is. It's only a 15 over here, so it'd be the equivalent of it wouldn't be a PG-13.
PG-13.
It'll be an R, I would have thought.
You think?
Only because of people get their heads ripped off, and I can't imagine in a PG-13
that's true.
that.
Yeah.
And there is actually quite a bit of male nudity as well in this, so I can't imagine that's in a PG-13. So yeah. So there's Gee, why didn't you tell me sooner, Steve?
I'll be back.
Yeah. So
That explains the poster.
yeah, that's it. Hey, if I tell you, Deej, the next one in the trilogy that's been shot is called The Bone Temple. Anyway. So this one, so it's a good story.
28. No, I can't say it.
Yeah, no. Let's not go inches. Anyway. See, John's away, and we lose all complete decorum. It just goes out the window.
Didn't. You did.
You made me do it.
I said I won't, and you go, don't.
So let's hope Sophia's in bed. So
It's not even 6 o'clock here.
Oh God, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Oh, whoops, okay, well maybe not then. Right, let's keep it clean then. Keep it clean, people.
Too late.
Too late. So so the story is good. There's an unusual ending to it. Danny, like I say, this is supposed to be a new trilogy. They've shot this one and the second one back to back. And the Bone Temple is out in January. Said it again. It's out in January. And that's directed by Nia DaCosta. So, at the end of each movie, there is like a handover scene to the next one. It's not an end credit scene. It is in the main movie, but it hands over to the next one. And as Jordan has said in the chat, there has been some controversy about the handover scene, and I'm not going to ruin it. You want to find it. It's online. But it is interesting. It's never boring. There are some very good performances. Ray Fiennes is fantastic in it. And I'm looking forward to the next one. But it is odd. And it's shot in a weird way. Lots of it was shot on iPhones, which is where they set them in a circular kind of motion. They put about 30 of them, an iPhone, 15, I think it was then, in a little rack. And so there are some slightly weird where a zombie is struck. You get a bullet time thing, but with an iPhone. So yeah. It's a bit unnecessary, really. It doesn't really add to it, but it is.
Yeah, trying.
Yeah, exactly. He's trying to make it a bit different. So it is worth seeing as long as you see it slightly closer. It'll look and sound incredible on 4K disc. I mean, because this is an experimental sound mix as well. So you've got unusual noises during the movie, things that wouldn't normally make noise in this, and there are bass where nothing's really happening, and it's supposed to be this kind of, again, it's this, the whole place is alive and threatening, so it's an experimental mix, so that'll be great on at home. So yeah, I mean, I'll be buying this as soon as it comes out, there's no doubt about that, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the next one. So yeah, if you like the first two, see it. You don't have to go necessarily to theaters to see it, I wouldn't say. You could wait for home, but well worth seeing when it does. And that particular scene that you can see there is from the movie, is something that happens in the movie that is quite cool. There is some emotion in it, as well as all the weird stuff. So yeah, worth seeing. I did enjoy it.
Cool. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, sorry, Paul says all of it was shot on iPhones. No, it wasn't all shot on iPhones, Paul. Some of it was. There are little gimmicky shots that are on iPhones, and you can tell, because when you're shooting in full 4K with proper movie industry lenses, no iPhone's going to come near that. So you can see the two lots, and it clearly wasn't all shot with iPhones, although I think there had been mention that it would be. But yeah, no, it's not. But well, we'll see.
All right. What we got?
Stop saying it. I think he means the Bone Temple.
Yeah,
sorry,
exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. I have this. And we could probably wrap up with this.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
What is it?
Yeah. Can't see it?
Nope.
I got to remove that one.
Oh, okay, right. Ooh.
Yeah. So this is Lethal Weapon director's cut, 4K, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos. And I wasn't able to take in the entire movie, but I was able to take in enough to know we've got the best version of the director's cut you'll ever see. And I took in some of the scenes that you'd want to see to judge this, the 4K, the contrast. There you go. You're going to have it for next week?
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Because I'm going to see the whole thing.
We'll leave this as a teaser then for next week.
Okay. Yeah.
But
tease away.
I will tell you, the scene that I'm talking about. We've talked about it on the show before. And up until now, you haven't gotten it as a full movie like this.
Only on the DVD. You did.
But in this quality.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, it is really, really nice. To give you an idea, just, going the contrast, you're going to get some great enhancement with a 4K and HDR. Let's just jump to the end scene, the fight on the lawn, the helicopter lights, the lights swooshing through and everything, and how the contrast between that, and then you get the deep blacks of the background as they're fighting, but their faces are lit up, the detail in them when his face goes into the water, no, get back. Great detail in that.
Nice.
Some of the dialogue looping doesn't really take advantage of, the Atmos kind of shows off that there's some, like, they had to, ADR it, and you're like, oh, okay, that didn't go well. But it's always been there, right? It's always been there.
Yeah.
But
if you imagine the noise from the spray, from the helicopter, from the,
yes,
you were never going to be able to use production dialogue, were you?
Yeah. Well, no, I'm talking about not in that scene. That scene's fantastic. Oh, okay. I'm talking about like regular conversation. I want to say like when he was in the tub at the beginning, when Murdoch's in the tub, and you're like, yeah, that scene, his beard. We'll talk about it next week, but it is at first blush, and I've watched probably about a half hour of it and jumping around to the scenes that I wanted to see, especially that one scene that we talked about before that we'll talk about next week. The clarity in that, the vision in that, you see, because the scene, Steve, wait till you see when his eyes go. That's why I can't wait to watch this movie in its entirety, because Riggs, Mel Gibson, when he gets his eyes and he's like, and I didn't even see this scene yet. I can't wait to see it. But the one where he pulls him inside after the jump, and he's like, he puts the gun up and his eyes go, and he's looking at, Danny Glover, and he's like, you're not faking it, right? Well, that look at that scene that we're talking about, that's in the director's cut, you see his eyes, you see his face flip, you see him, and it's with that clarity and detail, you could see him just all of a sudden go, his eyes, and I'm getting chills just thinking about it, because he just went whoop, and he turns around and goes back, because if you remember in that scene, he's like, he asked about SWAT, and they're like, did you call him? Yeah, no time. All right, out of here, boys. And he starts to leave. So, yeah, and I'm trying to be vague, because if you haven't seen the director's cut, it's probably, I don't know why this got taken out of the movie. It's an unbelievable scene.
Yeah, Donna does say why. It's because he wanted you to meet Riggs with Murtaugh. First time you really see Riggs is then in the police station, and wanted it to come out that way. Whereas
the first time you met him was the Christmas tree.
Well, this comes before that.
Comes before that, and we have the Christmas tree scene. Yeah, that's how you meet him in the original. You meet him, and he does go a little crazy there. But this one here, I get why one of them was dropped, because you don't need both. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Why didn't they drop the Christmas tree one? You know what I mean?
I do like that one, though. I do like that.
I do, but this one here is so. I mean, it's just good. Really good. So
awesome. Well, I will be definitely watching it this week, 100%. I mean, it's top of my list. It's gone right to the top, and there are quite a few there to see. Sorry, Paul just says briefly, just so I mention it. So he says, "Hey Steve, just checked. According to the director of photography on 28 years, everything except the drone shots and some infrared stuff was shot on iPhone 15 Pro." Okay, well, Paul, if so, I'd be willing to bet you, and I know this. So this is from people we know, and we've all got our industry sources. They did not use the iPhone lenses. They didn't use the normal lens on a phone. They used other lenses for that. And of course, so the iPhone really is just the memory. The actual lenses were proper movie lenses. And as I said, when you see it, you'll see the difference. You'll see what a normal iPhone looks like on a big screen and what these proper ones do. You'll see what I mean. But either way, still very cool.
Yeah. All right. So there's a little teaser for next week. So and I'll watch it in its entirety by then. But it dropped today, and I couldn't wait to watch it. I was hoping to get the whole thing in, but I ended up busy. And I got enough of it in. It is awesome. I tried to get back. I've been assessing at university today, and I tried to get back early enough to watch it. And again, I didn't want to see any bits. I was like, I've got to see the whole thing. It's got to be done. And I was afraid we were going to get like they've done in the past, where you get, okay, here it is in, here's the regular version in 4K, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, and then here's the director's cut, and it's either an extra on Kaleidoscape or it's Blu-ray quality or whatever. Nope, it's this. You got everything. And this is I love it.
God, I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it. And with the quality of other Warner's remasters of late, this is one of their crown jewels, so I can't wait to see this again.
The opening credits and how they have it looks like stone. There's a texture to it that I hadn't seen before. See if you notice that, but it's like it looks really nice.
I am there for that. Yep. I purchased it. I will be watching it this week.
There you go. All right.
Alrighty. Okay.
All right. Anything else?
No. I've got Species to watch this week as well in terms of stuff for next week.
I saw that the original. I saw that in the theater.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah.
I have it on Laserdisc. What was it? What year was that? Was that like 90s? Early 90s?
Yeah. 90. Yeah, it's in 90.
Late 90s. I mean.
Yeah. So this is a new special 88 Films edition.
Was that 4K. Natasha Henstridge?
Henstridge.
Right?
Yeah.
Henstridge.
Yeah. Who I thought had disappeared, but it turns out she's been steadily working throughout. I looked it up on IMDb. She's been
really
she's been working. Yeah. And yet I thought she'd just gone. But no. Still working. Just doing, smaller.
She cured the Species issue.
Yeah, she went back to her home planet.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It works.
There you go.
And then there's The Monkey to see this week as well, which I haven't seen. She's on 4K. And
The Monkey?
The Monkey, Stephen King thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not 12 monkeys.
It's a horror film.
Okay.
No. This is The Monkey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What year was that?
This year. It's brand new.
It just came out?
Yeah. I know it's the sort of thing that sounds like it's been around forever.
But even the box, even the artwork looks like it's.
Yeah. It's brand new. Yeah, I'm looking, and it's in Atmos. So looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
Lots to see. See.
Let's see. Paul's saying, "Hey, others see you. I could tell you about Prince of Darkness on AV Nirvana's Film Media Forum if you like." Yeah.
I've got Prince of Darkness in 4K. Yeah, it's good.
All right.
There we go.
Right.
So all good. So
sounds great for next week, and we'll save our question for next week when John's around.
About the music. Yeah,
about music and it's. I know you asked that, and then I'm watching Jurassic Park, and I was like, and then Time Cop, Share, you got it all.
I mean, we'll talk about it next time. But I mean, Jurassic Park is hard to beat. I love the way that music builds. I think that's incredible. Yeah. Again, you imagine it. Spielberg goes to Johnny W. and says, "By the way, I've got a dinosaur movie, and I need some music for it. Call me when you're done." And imagine the gift you have to have, the touch of God. You must have to have to be able to go, "I've got just the thing."
So
off he goes.
I'll have to write it down because I have a question just regarding that. Right?
Yeah.
Like, we're gonna have to start on time.
It's a whole show.
Yeah, exactly. It's a whole show. I'm ready to go right now. I'm like, no, that's not fair. Let's wait. Yeah. I'm dying not to just say it right now, but it's like I want it off the cuff next week.
It just so it just the man is gifted beyond all. John Williams is just, oh
my God. All right, let's get out of here.
Next week.
Maybe you can get to bed at a decent hour. Last week we were on and we chatted until after midnight. For you. But, and you were like, hey, but I got to hang out, so that was cool.
Yeah,
so
it was worth it, man.
fun.
Yeah,
exactly. So this is nice. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the chat. Always, you guys are awesome. And everybody listening, audio only and watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Rate, review, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks to all the patrons. Really appreciate it. We will be back. We will be back next week with, obviously Lethal Weapon and a bunch of other stuff. And John. So until then, you know what you got to do.
Go push play.
What he said.
That's right.
Hey, Fred.
This has been a Hey Fred production with theme music by Jeff Bernhardt and Throne Vault Productions.